Okay. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. Jazakallah khair for joining us today. We'll start with a dua, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Innal hamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. Verily all praise is for Allah. We praise Him and seek His aid and ask for His forgiveness, and we seek refuge with Allah from the evils of ourselves and our evil actions. Whomever Allah guides, there is none who can misguide him, and whomever Allah misguides, there is none who can guide him. And I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except Allah alone, having no partner. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is his slave and his messenger. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqtadan min lisani yafqahu qawli. So welcome, sisters. I can't believe that another week of Ramadan has gone by. Subhanallah, the days are just going by so quickly. May Allah make it easy for us to make the most of this blessed month and to really cherish every second that passes that we spend in Ramadan, inshallah. So today I am covering the name, inshallah, Fattaah. So I want to start by just getting you to think about a couple of things. So have you ever had something that you were dying to have and it simply just wouldn't come to you? Or something that you were really worried about, like an exam you wanted to pass? Or, you know, a difficulty that you faced where you just couldn't see a way out, like all the doors just seemed to be shut in your face. And you know, if you can think of something, then please do say, you know, type yes in the chat box. But I think we've already got people saying, Farina says yes, many things. Shabnam says yes, Clara absolutely, Mariam yes, Famida yes. So this name is for everyone taking those exams. This name is for everybody looking for a job that keeps knocking on doors and knocking on doors only to have them shut in their face. This name is for anyone looking to get married or to have their first child or another child that hasn't found success in that yet. This name is for anyone facing any difficulty where they just can't see a way out, and all they can see is that every path they look, it's blocked. How perfect, sisters, is the one who named himself with a name so that anyone in any difficulty, anyone with any worry could call upon him with this name and know that no one could get them out of the situation they were in except him. And so Allah named himself the Fattaah, the one who opens and is the great opener. He has the greatest of powers to open. So when we as humans think about opening, what do we think of? Opening a door, opening a jar, opening a window, opening our house to guests. But Allah's opening is way beyond that, because Allah has the ghaib, He has the unseen in His hands. So Allah tells us in the Quran, in Surah Al-An'am, ayah 59, that He alone has all the different keys to open the unseen. And in this ayah, it refers to the Fattaah, which is the plural of Miftah. And Miftah in Arabic, which also comes from the same root as Fattaah, basically means a tool, an instrument, an element to open. So a key is a Miftah, or, you know, these days we have swipe cards to open doors in hotels, in offices. So those swipe cards are a Miftah. So Allah tells us in this ayah that He has all the different keys, tools, instruments to open the unseen, to open the ghaib. And nobody knows them except from him. So what is the al-ghaib, sisters? It's the thing that, it's the thing that's hidden from our eyes as humans. We can't see the angels. That's the ghaib. We can't see the akhirah. That's the ghaib. We can't see Allah. We can't see anything that's been hidden from us. We can't see anything from the seven heavens. We can't see anything beneath the earth. That's all part of the ghaib. But Allah has the key to them all, subhanallah, and He has power over them all. So I wanted to start by just going through the different things that Allah is the opener for. And this by no means is what I go through an exhaustive list, but they were just some of the things that I picked up in my reading. So there are many doorways between this universe and the heavens. So right at the edge of space, there are doors, and no one can go up into the heavens, and no one can come down from the heavens into the universe except by the permission of Allah. He has the miftah, He has the element to open that up. And with His hukum and with His command, the angels can then open or close the doors to let other angels through. Allah also has the opening of seeds. So we plant seeds in the ground and we hope that inshallah they will grow, and they will grow into beautiful flowers or fruits. But we have no idea which one of those will sprout. We have no idea which one of those will open or give birth to a flower or a tree. We've got no idea. But Allah is the one who has the power to open those seeds. He is Al-Fattaah. And Allah has the power to create an opening in the earth for water to gush out. And I'm sure by saying that, the immediate thing that comes to your mind is the story of Zamzam. Hajar and Ishmael alayhi salam were in the middle of a desert with no food, no drink around them. It was completely dry. And it was Allah Al-Fattaah who opened up the well of Zamzam for them from nowhere, subhanallah, from the earth. And it still flows to this very day, subhanallah. And Allah is Al-Fattaah. He's the one who opens the mind. So the mind has so many different cells. And Allah is the one who opens the mind to give us ideas. So if Allah willed, He could give me or give you all the ideas of all the inventions that could possibly happen. He could do that right now in 1 second. But instead, He selects what to open, who to give it to, and when to give it. Allah is Al-Fattaah. He's the one, so, He gives someone ideas. He opens their minds to something. He makes us do the right thing at the right time. He can open that for us. He can make us think the right thing at the right time. He is Al-Fattaah. And probably one of the biggest things that hit me, and I think one of the sisters mentioned it, He is Al-Fattaah. He is the one who opens hearts. He can open the heart to the truth and the acceptance of truth. Subhanallah. So you can see that Allah is Fattaah, and He opens so many different things. And in Surah Fatir, in ayah number 2, Allah talks about when He sends rahmah down to people or down to the earth. And the ayah talks about when Allah decides to send His rahmah onto something or someone, and He allows it to come down, this is referred to as an opening. So He opens the doors of rahmah, and He allows the mercy to travel and to come down. And when He does that, Allah says that there is not a single thing, a creature, or a single person that can stop that mercy from coming down and reaching who or what it was intended for. Nothing can hold it and nothing can stop it. Subhanallah. And on the flip side of that, the ayah goes on to say, and whatever Allah withholds, nothing can release it. So if Allah opens a door for us, sisters, No one can come between us and what's behind that door. And if Allah chooses to close a door for us, then we have no power to access what's behind that door, no matter what we do. So I just wanted to go on from there to really reflect a little bit on all the doors that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened for us. So Allah has opened the doors of mercy. Allah has opened the doors of rizq, of sustenance, of provision. Allah has opened the doors of peace and tranquility. Allah has opened the doors of family. All of these are doors that Allah has opened for us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened the doors of guidance. He's opened the doors of knowledge. And it made me think about this group, sisters, and the fact that, you know, we're here during Ramadan going through 30 of his most beautiful names. And if you had told me, if you had said to me 3 months ago, this is what I would be doing and this is what I'd be sharing with my sisters here, I would never have believed it. Not in a million years. But look what he opened up for us, subhanallah. And I think even when that initial idea came into Dr. Amina's head, I'm sure she didn't even realize it was going to come to this. SubhanAllah, look at the openings that he makes for us out of nowhere. So Allah is Al-Fattaah. He's the one who gives us what we need and want by giving us the keys that open those doors. He decrees how we will get it, when we will get it, and the manner in which we will get it. The Fattaah is the one who he chooses which door to open and what time to open it and how much to give of the treasures of the Al-Ghaib. And that is why, sisters, the name Al-Fattaah is especially used at every time of difficulty. When you feel like the doors are closed, when you feel like you're surrounded, when you can feel your heart trembling, when you don't know where to turn or how to get out of that situation, we can call on Allah Al-Fattaah. And, you know, Allah tells us in the Quran, you know, if you put your trust in Allah, Allah will make a way out for you, even from places you did not expect. You know, he will open the solution from places you could never even imagine. Sisters, reflect on that for a second. It's not saying he will find a way, like he will take the circumstances the way it is and look for a solution. He will make a way, sisters. He will make an opening, subhanallah. He will move things to make things happen. Imagine his power, subhanallah. And so when we want something to open for us, sisters, we need to ask and we need to call on Allah Al-Fattaah. We need to ask him for that help and to call on him and to ask him to open things up for us, because only he has that power. And there's only one time in the Quran where Allah is referred to as Al-Fattaah in the proper noun sense. And that time when it's mentioned, it comes as a pair. So it comes as Al-Fattaah Al-Alim. So he is the opener, the all-knowing. So part of our belief in Allah as Al-Fattaah is that when he delivers and he grants without measure. There's no limit to what he gives us. He grants, and whatever he grants with full knowledge. And he grants with full wisdom. But also, sisters, when he withholds, which he does at times, or when he delays, when we ask for things to open, he does so with full knowledge. And full knowledge that that delay, or with that withholding, that's the best for us for in this life and the hereafter. So part of our belief when we call on Al-Fattaah is that he will open the best for us. So it may not look like exactly what we think it's going to look like, but we know that he is Al-Alim, the all-knowing. We know that he is Al-Hakim, the all-wise. We know that he will open it and it will be what is for our best. And there are a couple of mentionings in the Quran. So it's not, like I say, it's Allah is only referred to Al-Fattaah once as a proper noun in the Quran, but the verb of opening, of asking Allah to open things, is present numerous times. And I just picked on two to mention here. So the Prophet Shuaib alayhi salam, when his people told him to leave the truth and to leave the revelation that was given to him, otherwise they would stone him to death, he made a dua to Allah, "Oh my Lord, open the truth between me and my people. You are the best in opening the truth." And there's also the dua of Nuh alayhi salam, who for 950 years his people rejected him. They mocked him, they ridiculed him, they even tried to kill him. And finally he raised his hands in dua and he said, "Oh Allah, open up the victory between me and them." And what did Allah do in response to that dua, sisters? He opened up the doors of the heavens and water came like no one had ever seen. Subhanallah. And he opened up the doors of the earth and water just gushed out, the likes of which no one had ever seen. And that flood came because Nuh alayhi salam, he invoked Allah and his attribute Al-Fattaah, the opening. So sisters, before I come to kind of the last section, I just wanted to ask you to reflect on your life and ask yourself, can you think of a time when Allah Al-Fattaah opened something for you? So I don't know if you can, if it's short, you can feel free to type it, or inshallah, when I finish, we can, if anyone wants to share, you're more than welcome. But when I started thinking about my life, there were two things that came to mind. And one was back in 2009. And this was before I had children. And subhanallah, my husband and I, we had moved to Jeddah about 9 months earlier. And alhamdulillah, we performed Hajj and we were looking to have a child. And we tried for a little while and it didn't seem to be happening. So we'd gone to the doctors just to check that everything was okay. And alhamdulillah, there was no, alhamdulillah, there was no big problem. But I was put on some medication and I was being monitored by the doctors. I was in Jeddah, so, private healthcare there comes through work, and, it's very easy to see doctors and to get that kind of service. And it was basically the first month that I had been put on the medication. I'd gone to the doctors and they were checking to see if it made any difference. And subhanallah, the doctor said to me that, alhamdulillah, it looks a bit better, but it's not enough. It's not going to happen just based on this. It's not, maybe it'll take a few more months of you being on the medication. And the first feeling that I had was just this feeling of immense sorrow. There were so many hopes. And I just felt so low that, this doctor had said, it's not going to happen this month. And subhanallah, sisters, when I think back to that time, it's probably one of the times in my life that I really, really connected to Allah. And although I was feeling down, I suddenly said, and in my heart, I said it, Allah, this doctor has said to me that I'm not going to conceive a child this month, you know, but you are the all-powerful, and you just have to say be, and it is. And I said, I don't care what this doctor says, because I know that the power lies with you. And subhanAllah, sisters, that was the month that I found out that I was pregnant with my first child. Alhamdulillah. And even when I went back to the doctor to get that test done, they do the blood tests there, you know, she couldn't believe it. SubhanAllah, she just couldn't believe it. And now when I think to me, that doctor had shut the doors. She'd basically shut the doors of me becoming a mother that month. And Allah, Al-Fattaah, He opened it. SubhanAllah. And then there was another thing that I thought of. It's a story it's something that my father always tells me about my paternal grandmother, so my daddy, his mother, may Allah grant her the fruits of Jannah and elevate her ranks. When she was born, the doctor said to her parents, they said that this child is not going to live more than a few days. You know, and my father, the way he always says it is that the doctors gave my mother the red light, but Allah gave her the green light. He opened up His provision for her. And subhanAllah, sisters, she passed away in 2016, I think it was, at the age of 99. SubhanAllah, how Allah opened the doors of His provision for her, for my father, and for me. Like, I wouldn't be here right now had He not opened that door for her. You know, I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be the same person, subhanAllah. And it was her, it was my daddy that, you know, she was the one who taught me how to read Quran. And I never forget that, and I ask Allah to reward her for every single letter of the Quran that I read. And that just makes me in awe of Allah, Al-Fattaah, the one who can open anything. When you feel like the doors are shut, they're not shut, sisters. Ask Al-Fattaah. So knowing that Allah is Al-Fattaah, it makes our yaqeen and our tawakkul reach unlimited heights. Allah is the one that can open up a solution for us, and when no one else can help. And He can open that solution from absolutely nowhere. There is no impossibility for Allah. So we can use this name in any difficult situation that we find ourselves in, for any trouble, for any worry. Allah can make the impossible possible, and He can make every difficulty easy. And I'd like to conclude with a dua that I came across when reading about this, which is a dua of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which I'd not come across before, and inshallah I'm going to make it my intention to memorize it. But the dua is Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'alul hazna sahlan idha shi'ta. So, oh Allah, nothing is easy except whatever you make easy, and you can make anything easy. Oh Allah, make my difficulty easy. This is Al-Fattaah, the one who can make every difficulty easy. Sisters, I pray, may Allah ease all our difficulties and save us from pain and suffering, and open up for us the doors of His mercy. And I ask Allah for you all and for myself, may Allah open the doors of goodness and provision for us. Ameen. May He continue to open the doors of guidance and truth to our hearts, and may He allow the gates of Jannah to open for us, and in this month of Ramadan to allow us to enter through the gate of Ar-Rayyan. Ameen. Look at that timing, sister, Dr. Amina. Bang on time. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Ameen, ameen, thumma ameen. SubhanAllah, gold star for you. Us two Aminas go a bit overboard, SubhanAllah. SubhanAllah, what a beautiful, beautiful reminder. But, you know, time and time again, when we are in these sessions and we have these sessions, I leave the session feeling like Allah is opening up our hearts. I really do. I feel that deep, like, you know, centrally in my chest. I feel like there is a filling and an opening and a filling, you know. SubhanAllah. You know, sometimes I almost feel it difficult to breathe because I feel like Allah's expanding our chests, you know, and He's opening His mercy, His knowledge, His guidance, and pouring it in to all of us. SubhanAllah. And I pray that that continues for all of us beyond just this Ramadan, beyond this group. SubhanAllah. And, you know, Sister Faria, when you said, I had no idea that this group could open up such a wonderful sisterhood. That this group could open up a means of communicating from heart to heart. Like, I know we, amongst ourselves, amongst our coaches, we're sometimes in awe when we hear responses of, oh, I really needed this, or this really touched me, or this really resonated with me, or, you know, I felt this session was meant for me. Never, ever could any of us comprehend this. SubhanAllah. And yet it was Allah that opened this group for all of us. And we as coaches don't even know who we're touching. We have no idea. It is Allah in His infinite wisdom, in His infinite mercy, that is paving the way, that is making a way out for that sister that is so lost, for that sister that is aching, for that sister that is so alone. No, my dear sisters, whoever you may be, wherever you are, that Allah can and does open a way out for you. Hold on to Him. He is Al-Wadud. He is Ar-Rahman. He is Ar-Rahim. He is Al-Wahhab. Hold on to Him. Not as if your life depends on it, but because your life, your loves, your fears, your worries, your everything depends on Him. And on that note, I'd like to make one special dua, sisters, that there is a sister amongst us that is going through an extreme difficulty that I certainly can't comprehend. Her daughter in her early 20s has been taken to hospital, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and being diagnosed with a brain tumor. Soon to be married, soon to be starting another year of her life. Suddenly, this test fell upon this family. And not only is that test hard enough as it is, because of this situation that we're in, this lockdown, this pandemic, the family and the patient can't be together. SubhanAllah. The mother cannot be with her child. And that's hard. But I pray, my sisters, let us all make dua together that Ya Rab, open up the way of peace, of salam to this family. Comfort this family in a way that only you, Allah, can comfort them. Grant them understanding, because you are the all-knower. Ya Allah, open up a way out for them, because you are Al-Fattaah, and bestow upon them Sabrun Jameel, a beautiful patience.
Ameen.
Ameen. So on that note, sisters, please continue making dua for this family. Please continue to make dua for each and every one of us. By making dua for others, brothers and sisters that are not there with us, the angels will no doubt make dua for you. So on that note, Faria, do you have the ending dua?
I'm looking for it if you've got it.
Oh, yeah, I've got it. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.